wait. One more minute. Just got a few more.
Joining us. We've got our captain Nathan Cat at the head of the table this evening. Just a reminder, please put your phones on silent, and we'll take one question at a time. Who would like to start? We'll give the mic over here.
Dana, can you just put into words the sort of the emotions feeling right now, so near yet so far, I guess?
Yeah. Should I say my emotions? I mean, everybody kind of knows that it's very upsetting. You know, the team is quite distraught at the moment. It's now the second time that we come really close in a semi-final. It's just we somehow don't get over that hurdle. So yeah, everybody's hurting, and that hurts me.
In a game that comes down to such fine margins, it's often difficult, but can you pinpoint any moments in that game that stick out at the moment?
I cannot. As a team, we came here to play cricket. We did not look at the radars. We did not look at the weather. We felt like if we want to go to the final, we have to beat the best in the world. And everybody was up and about and ready to play the game. And yeah, I cannot fault my teammates one bit in any facet of that game. I have to give credit where it's due, and Australia bowled really well. You know, they bowled to their plans and they restricted us. Yeah, that's where it should be.
I know you say you didn't look at the radar and you tried to put that out of your mind, but I guess in a situation where you have a long stoppage going into your second innings and plays like the start of the game, does that sort of work against a team that a washout, you know, does get them through to the final, I guess? Sorry, when you've got stoppages for play like that, like we had twice tonight, does that mentally work against you, perhaps knowing that a washout does get you through?
Oh yeah, obviously. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say you don't think about it, but yeah, you know, I have to give credit to the ground staff. They did absolutely everything to keep us on that park. So, and again, we are here to play cricket, and I'd rather lose than get a free pass into the World Cup final.
Arriving at the ground, did you honestly think you would get a game today, given the weather in Sydney?
Funny enough, yes. Again, I knew it's a big game in the context of the World Cup, and you know, no stone will be left unturned to get the game on the way. So yeah, I had a feeling in my heart we get on the park, and you know, everybody stayed focused. Everybody did their pre-match prep in the indoor nets, and yeah, it's good that we could get the first 20 in. You know, and it's good that we got a game in.
In a shortened game like this, were you not tempted, or did you consider the possibility of sending somebody like a Chloe Tryon way above than number 6?
No. I feel like Sune and Wolfie did really well. They changed the momentum there in the middle or the back end of the innings, and I was still quite confident when Chloe went out there, even with the last over. It's 3 hits away, especially for somebody with her power. Unfortunately, she miscued a full toss. 9 out of 10 times she'll hit that probably onto the roof. So, you know, that's the nature of the game. It's never easy to come in and just swing away, no matter how strong you are. So, no, I think Chloe came in at the right time. I think the second last over was bowled brilliantly. So I think that stopped the momentum a little bit.
How do you sustain the confidence of somebody like a Laura Woolward, who was one of your standout performers at the 2017 World Cup? She did kind of all right in 2018, and this time around she was phenomenal. Some of her strokes were perhaps picture perfect. So how do you keep somebody as young as her, yet so talented, you know, keep her going, keep her motivated as captain?
I don't have to. She's a smart kid, first of all. She loves the game of cricket. The fact that she gave up medicine to play cricket, that says a lot. So, you know, she again, as I said, she loves cricket. She just wants to bat all the time. She gets upset if she doesn't bat. She gets upset when she sits on the side, and it showed in this World Cup. She wanted to be out there. She actually apologized for not getting the last runs, and I was like, she couldn't have done anything more. So, no, I think for somebody like her, it's easy. The hunger to play for a country is always there, and it's for every player. Yeah, she's been brilliant. She's been my pick of the tournament as well. She's been brilliant.
How close was Marizanne to playing today, and did the fact you were then able to restrict Australia to 130 odd give you confidence in the depth of bowling you now have?
Yeah, she was pretty close, but as I said, we do not take chances on health. Doesn't matter how important the game is. Hopefully in the near future we'll be in the same situation and she'll be there. I can say I was with her when the decision was made, and it was very difficult to get her to accept the no. She was also in tears and very emotional, but yeah, I have to give credit to Nadine de Klerk. What a standout performance tonight with the ball. She came to me, she had a plan, and it's always nice when a bowler comes to you and they're so confident with what they want to do. She didn't get much time to play, and it shows you the quality that we have. She picked up her hand incredibly well. Yeah, so I was very happy with the bowling innings, bar my incredible figures.
And Danny, that kind of a decision where you put the health of the player above the importance of a game, it talks about essentially a policies or a team culture that you have. What is this culture and how has it evolved since that 2017 semi-final and up to a World Cup in 2018 where you didn't get to the semis, but now you are back? So talk to us about the evolution of that culture.
Yeah, everybody probably knows our hashtag, and it's We Are More. So the culture within this team is we're more than just cricketers. We are wives, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're aunts. We're a lot more than that. So for us, that comes first, and Kapi is my wife, so I'm definitely not going to jeopardize her health. Yeah, I think that sums it up. It's a game of cricket for your health. I don't think it's worth it. She was dearly missed tonight, but again, I can't take away anything from anyone. Yeah, as I said, the culture within the team is incredible. This team's incredible. I wish you guys can be in the changing room with us all the time.
You're going to play Australia again really soon. Do you think you're really close to getting that first win over them now?
I hope so. I really hope so. Yeah, I thought tonight was the night. It wasn't meant to be. I had a calm heart about tonight. When I came to the ground, no matter what happened, rain or shine, I was really calm. I knew if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't. And, I wish Australia and England all the best. I know it's going to be a cracking final. I wish I could be there in front of 90,000 people, and I really hope you get the 90,000 people. This tournament deserves it.
Danny, what just makes Australia so difficult to beat in these knockout games?
I guess the experience in knockout games. I mean, let's be honest, we've only been in 3, so they've been in countless. So I think, but I have to give them credit, their plans are spot on. The way they started the tournament to where they are now, it shows you the quality of their team. You can never write off, the number 1 team in the world, and they showed tonight why they are, and how they came back. At a stage there was our game to win and their game to lose, and they just turned the tables again, and that comes with experience, comes with confidence, and again, that I believe they are the deserved number 1 team in the world at the moment.
And were you a bit surprised to see, bit surprised to see Jess Jonathan walk out to bat earlier in the innings there?
I knew they were going to come with a left-right combination. We spoke about it in our team meeting. The team was ready we didn't think that the 2 right-handers would be in the middle for a long period of time, so wasn't surprised. I think she's a very good batter. She was brilliant in the Big Bash with the bat and the ball, but we didn't take her lightly as well when she came in, because she's cleared the boundary of my bowling a couple of times, so and I wasn't surprised.
And just very quickly, finally, who's your tip to win on Sunday?
Wow. Yes. If I say India, if I say Australia, our social media is going to blow up. So I'm actually too afraid. Look, both of the teams that's in there in the final is deserved finalists. I wish them the best. I'm not going to give it that because I think it's going to be an incredible game of cricket. And again, as I say, for me, the big thing is that women's cricket get 90,000 fans there. Women's cricket deserves it. It's been there for a long time, and it's now the time for us and obviously women's sport to rise. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Meg, how were the emotions after that final ball? It looked pretty animated.
Yeah, pretty relieved, excited at the opportunity that's coming up. It wasn't an easy day, I guess. We did a lot of waiting around and just hoping that the weather was going to hold off, and we got a little bit lucky, I guess. But yeah, we've really built throughout this tournament. We've had a lot thrown at us, and to be able to sort of come together in really big moment is certainly very special, and we'll certainly enjoy the win knowing that there's something massive coming up over the next few days.
When the team was out there in front of the members doing some fielding before, after the innings break, did you think you were getting back on? Like it was, the clock was ticking, it looked pretty grim there.
We were pretty confident. We knew the cut-off time was 9:49, I think, and the radar was pretty clear once that sort of patch had gone through, and the groundies said that as well. So, yeah, we were confident that we could get back on. Obviously, we wanted to get back on as much as we could, but yeah, it was nice that it was able to clear up for a little bit.
Where does that sit in stressful days of your career in its entirety with everything it threw at you?
Oh, it's certainly up there. Even the last over the last few balls, you just never can sort of rest and think you've got it in the bag. And South Africa played extremely well. They took it right to the end, and we sort of got a bit of momentum with both bat and ball, but were able to pull it back really well. So it was a tough game, and really feel for them. I guess they've had a really good tournament, but we certainly had to play very well to get through today.
What did you think of your initial 20 over score and then the adjustment to 98? Were you confident at both stages there, sort of thing, that you'd be able to defend?
Yeah, at the halfway mark, we thought 134 was a good score, but we weren't sort of, ecstatic with it. We knew we'd have to bowl extremely well, and I guess South Africa gave us a little bit of a blueprint on how to bowl on that wicket. It was sort of really at the stumps, sort of a good length, and make it difficult for them to hit sort of square of the wicket. So, yeah, we were confident if we bowled really well that we'd get a result. But, yeah, as we saw, South Africa really took it to us, and we had our moments, I guess, of good and bad, but we were able to hold our nerve at the end, which is great.
During the time in the field, was there ever a priority to make sure you got through that 10 overs, trying to get through them quickly so there'd be a result, or was it just going about sort of your same plan as usual, as business as usual? Yeah,
we spoke about that. We wanted to make sure we got through the overs really quickly in between. We were jogging between. We obviously had a lot of spin today, so that sort of helped us out a little bit. And even our pace bowlers don't take a lot of time to bowl their overs. So it was certainly mentioned because we did want to get that 10 over mark in. But yeah, luckily we didn't have to worry about that.
How did you approach getting into the batting innings, given you probably didn't know if you were going to get to bat for 10 overs or 15 or the full 20?
We didn't change too much. We feel like our approach, whether it's sort of 10 overs or 20 overs, is not too different. We want to really take the game on and put the other team under pressure. So I thought Alisa and Beth really did that early on. They were able to put their bowlers under pressure. I think we had a really good power play. So yeah, we didn't want to change too much. We always feel like we want to take the game on, which we've done the last few games. And yeah, whether it was 10 or 20 overs, that didn't worry us.
So you guys have had a couple of significant injuries, lost to India opening round, rain, potential cancellations, but you still have made your way to finals, overcome a lot. What does that say about the squad?
I think it shows that we have a lot of resilience and are able to adapt to different situations. Yeah, no doubt it hasn't been a smooth journey to the final, and you sit down at the start of the tournament and you think about how things might go, and none of that has happened for us really. But that doesn't mean that we can't get a result, and that's the attitude we've got. I think different players have stood up at different times, and we've had to adapt our game style, and that's fine. We've got the players to do it. So our attitude throughout has really been very positive, and just enjoying the moment. And the good thing is we've given ourselves an opportunity now, and that's all we wanted to do. So we just want to have smiles on our faces and take the game on Sunday, because it's going to be a great game.
Meg, can you just explain the decision to bat JJ at number 4 and the challenges as captain of juggling the bowls in a 13-over innings?
Yep, so we put JJ up sort of to lengthen the lineup a little bit. Obviously we've lost Pez, so we have to think outside the square a little bit. She's a very good player of pace bowling, and that's sort of what they were doing at the time. They obviously were sort of chopping and changing between spin, but we felt like even against their left unorthodox left-handers was a good matchup. So yeah, we thought that she could go up there and play a role for us. It didn't come off for us today, but that's the great thing about our team, is we're able to try different things, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. In terms of the bowling changes during 13 overs, it's sort of, I had a little bit less to think about really. The biggest thing was working out who was going to bowl 3 overs and who was going to bowl 2, and probably had JJ and Shooter down to bowl 3, but I wasn't sure on the 3rd. So that was just sort of a gut feel sort of thing. So yeah, I think we had our moments with the ball where we really hit the areas we wanted to, and whenever we got hit we probably strayed away from that. So yeah, I think overall we held our nerve reasonably well.
Meg, thoughts on that knock by Laura Woolward? She certainly got you and Rach talk more than perhaps you were discussing in the early half of the innings.
Yeah, she was very good. She's had a good tournament and has adapted to that middle order role extremely well. And we had our plans in place, but she was able to sort of counter them and sort of make us think a fair bit. You're right, we had to have a few discussions out there and slow it down a little bit, because she was certainly getting on top of us. So yeah, I think we adapted in the end. We might have taken a little bit too long to change the field and sort of change our plans a little bit, which is on me. But yeah, she played an outstanding knock. She was extremely hard to bowl to tonight.
Meg, I feel like we've been asking about March 8, 2020.
Thank goodness it's here.
Exactly. I was going to say, is it almost a feeling of relief tonight? And is it more of a feeling of relief than in, say, previous years where you've made a final, after a semi-final?
Oh, I don't know if relief's the right word. Like World Cups are extremely hard to win, and every one that I've played in, we've lost a round game. We've had to fight extremely hard to win the semi and get through. And we never came into this World Cup just thinking it was going to happen and it was going to be easy. We knew we were going to be in for a fight, and that's exactly what's happened. So, we knew we had, we weren't owed anything. We had to go out and win this World Cup. We're not defending it. We're out here to win it, and every other team is out there to do that as well. So, yeah, that was our attitude coming in. And yeah, I'm pretty happy that March 8 has come around. Now we can just talk about India and Australia and what a great game it's going to be.
On that note, do you speak about the opening game of the tournament much the next few days? Do you wipe the slate with that? What kind of approach do you take to that? And obviously Poonam Yadav, because that will be a big talking point. Yeah,
we will talk about Poonam Yadav. We'll be on a slightly different wicket, but there's a lot of learnings from that first game that we feel like we can implement. So we'll do all our research over the next few days, have a look at them, but also how we can play. And I've got no doubt we'll be able to adapt. As I said, it's a different wicket, so we're going to have to work out what that looks like. But India are a very, very good side, and they've showed that throughout this tournament, so we're going to have to play well.
I spoke to the CEO of the T20 World Cup before this tournament started. He said it was almost too good to be true, getting a March 8th on a Sunday, T20, 2020. There's a lot of things that have fallen in place in very strange ways for an India-Australia final, which is the ideal case situation for the organizers. Do you get the feeling of just something bigger is happening than just a cricket tournament? Do you get that feeling as well?
I do, yeah, and that was always what this tournament was about. It was about showing that there's a pathway, there's there's female role models out there for young girls to look up to, and really creating and inspiring young people to be involved, and not just young people, everyone within Australia and around the world, that cricket and sport is a really powerful platform. And I think it's been a great tournament so far. There's been some amazing games. There's some really great people involved, and yeah, it seems like it has sort of fallen into place a little bit, and Sunday's going to be massive. Yeah, we're really pleased that we get the opportunity to be a part of it, and so yeah, hopefully there is 90,000 people there. There's everything's been done that could possibly be done, and we're just really pumped we get to be out in the middle and play in front of everyone.
Just asking this question is almost giving me goosebumps. Just thinking about that final piece of this entire big picture. Does that make you feel different from any other final that you've played in before?
Oh, it will be different, no doubt about that. I've been to the MCG when there's 100,000 fans there, and I've been in the stands, and the atmosphere is absolutely incredible, and I've sort of had goosebumps watching. So to think that we'll be out in the middle, experiencing that's going to be really exciting and such a great thing to be a part of. So, everyone's done extremely well to get to this part of the tournament. There's been a lot of ups and downs for our team, and we're just really glad we get the opportunity to go out there and play.
You've had so many match-winning knocks in sort of knockout games at tournaments. What is it about kind of these matches that brings out the best in you?
I'm not sure. I love winning, I guess. I want to help us win as much as I can, and it was a grind today. I don't feel like I ever got going at any point, but to be able to contribute in a big game is something I really pride myself on, and want to do as often as I can. So there were some really good contributions throughout. I thought sort of to allow me to bat through the innings, and it's not my most fluent knock, but certainly nice to be able to contribute, and hopefully I can do that again on Sunday.
Saw some pretty special scenes with Elise Perry at the end there. How much of a mental lift has she provided just by her presence?
Yeah, she's been great. Obviously, she's not able to have the impact she would have liked, but she's been really impressive around the group, just being really positive and giving off any bit of experience that she can. She's obviously been around the group a long time and experienced a lot of these sort of pressure moments. So, I can't fault her with how she's been around the group. She's obviously disappointed not to be involved, but it's nice to still have her around, and she'll play a big role heading into Sunday.
Meg, thoughts on Beth Mooney, how she's gone about her job through the course of the tournament? She keeps flying under the radar for odd reasons. How have you seen her evolve, and especially the way she's delivered the role at the top in this tournament, a home World Cup with all the pressure, the buzz around?
She's been excellent. She had an amazing WBBL tri-series. She played well. So, in T20 cricket, it's sometimes hard to be really consistent, especially as an opener when you're taking the game on, which is what she's doing. But you're right. She goes about her business very quietly. There's no fuss, and she's a very important part of our side. And again tonight, she played well. I thought that power play was excellent. So, hopefully, she's got another really good game in her come Sunday.
Well, we've just touched on Poonam before, but what can you take away from that first game, and how confident are you leading into that final that you can get the job done over India?
Yeah, I think we executed reasonably well with the ball. I think to keep them to 130 is a reasonable effort. So obviously they've got some outstanding batters and bowlers, world class, who we're going to have good plans to and execute consistently. Obviously we didn't bat well with the bat. I think Elisa Healy batted extremely well, so she takes some confidence into it. But we just sort of had a 3 or 4 over patch where we were poor and couldn't get the job done. So we need to play better, and we're going to have to, because, as I said, India very strong, and we know them pretty well. They know us pretty well, so there's nowhere to hide.
Thanks, guys.